We are free. We are free. Who the Son sets free is truly free indeed. Who the Son sets free is free indeed. Let's go to that. I want to lift my hands higher than before. I want to love you more than before. I want to worship you deeper than before. I want to make a joyful noise unto you, Lord, and say freedom. Say freedom. Hey, say freedom. Say freedom. Say freedom. I am free, and you are free. I am free. No more shackles, no more chains, no more bondage. I am free. Yeah. Come on, correct that right now. No more shackles, no more chains, no more bondage. I am free. Yeah. Say no more shackles, no more shackles, no more chains, no more bondage. I am free. Yeah. Hey, I am free. I am free. I am free. I am free. Who the Son sets free is free indeed. Who the Son sets free is free indeed. Free from bondage, free from sin, free from heartaches, free from trouble. He has set us free. He has set us free. He has set us free. So we just say hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. One more time. No more shackles, no more chains, no more bondage. I am free. Hey, I am free. Say no more shackles, no more shackles, no more chains, no more bondage. I am free. Oh, hey, say no more shackles, no more shackles, no more chains, no more bondage. I am free. 'Cause he's freed me from everything that held me down. Say no. I'm free. I'm free. I'm free. My mind is free. My heart is free. My soul is free. I'm free indeed. Free to live in victorious. Free to live in victory. Free to live with everything that God has for me. So I am free. 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 Hey, freedom has found me. Say freedom has found me. Hey, somebody give God praise in this place right now. Hey guys, welcome to the center. We got a good topic going on tonight. We got some special guests here, so I hope you're ready for it. Right here we got Lady T.
Hey everyone.
And over here we got Icy that stay live.
Hey, how y'all doing?
And are you guys ready? Because guess what? It's time to get this conversation started. All right.
Let's go.
So let's take a moment to vibe out for a moment. We just let the music while we get ourselves prepared, making sure we're looking good, looking sharp, because you know it's all about good.
All right. Good here, y'all.
Good for Jesus too.
That long hair going for me.
So now that we done got it all settled, how you guys doing tonight?
I'm doing good. I'm blessed. You?
I'm doing good. It was an off day for me, so hey.
Right. It's a king holiday. Yes.
Hey.
Yes.
Yes.
Celebration.
Hey. So right now we're gonna get into this question. We've been talking about positive things and having a positive mindset and just making sure that we have that positive diet. If you have not seen that video, I ask you to go back and learn those nuggets that we gave about having a positive mindset, the power of positive thinking. Go check it out. So tonight we're going to bring that back in and we're going to just go more into it. And I have a question just to open this up. And the question is, how do we assist the community to become a more positive environment?
You know what, Coach? I'm glad you asked that question. For the community to become a more positive environment, first we got to deal with the truth of what's really happening in our community to get to that positive spot. And one of our things that our community is facing is demonic warfare. Spiritual warfare, where it's just demons and spirits that's all over that we don't want to address.
Wow.
Okay, okay.
Wow, and BT, I can add to that, even with dealing with demonic forces, as Icy just stated, trauma. We have experienced so much trauma from childhood to adulthood, and that can lead into having negative attitudes and not having positive attitudes. So we really need to assist and help the community in dealing with trauma, whether it's childhood, adulthood, whatever. We need to just dissect and get to the root of whatever it is that's causing us to be negative.
Okay, so right now I'm hearing demon and I'm hearing trauma, and it seems like these are two issues that's kind of plaguing our environment. So I got a question: how can you identify if a person is dealing with a demon and/or a trauma?
Good question. As a matter of fact, that's a great question because they can run hand in hand or they can be different. So I'm gonna give the difference. For me, I'm gonna touch on demonic forces. A person is dealing in demonic forces with hallucination, when they're acting out of character, when they're doing things that the human body just can't do. So if you see somebody elevate off the floor or they flipping and their whole body turning without no assistance, that's something to be concerned about.
And I agree with Icy. Sometimes even dealing with demonic forces, when we see those actions occur, sometimes we have to realize, why are they acting out that way? Why is it that we see the demonic forces, coming forth and we see them turning around and we see them speaking in a language that we don't understand? Sometimes it's just the root of trauma. I'm not saying all the time, but if you get down to that, you'll realize it's some trauma that's manifesting. And that's why we see what's going on happening.
Okay, so talking about trauma, just for a moment of that trauma, what type of trauma are we talking about?
We're talking about childhood trauma. Someone that suffered childhood trauma. It can be abuse, whether it's sexual, whether it's physical abuse, whether it's mental abuse, emotional abuse. It can be just violence of seeing your loved one pass away or someone is killed. It's different types of trauma that can trigger you.
And vice versa, when we talk about demonic forces and demons, what type of forces are we talking about? Are there different types of demons?
Absolutely. You have your chief demons, then you have your little imps. There are levels to it. And so with a demonic force, they come in numbers also. So when you let someone who's demonically influenced go too long, it's greater numbers to come to assist that demonic force. And that's what we need to understand in our communities when there is a chief demon at work or when there's little imps. But we got to work it out of them.
We got to work it out.
Got to work it out of them.
Right. And I want to add too, we can't only just focus on the church being a part of working this out. Sometimes we have to encourage people to go and seek medical help. There are some things that we can handle, we can help you with in the spiritual, in the church building, but sometimes you need that professional, the medical help. We got to come hand in hand. We can't just depend on the church for everything because we can't reach everybody. But some people have went to school to get that education to understand even more what we don't understand in the church. So let's not only just focus within the church that we want to save everybody, we want to deliver everyone, we want to set them free. Also encourage them to go and get that professional help. Some people need professional help.
I agree.
Okay, I got another question. Why is it so easy for people to quickly label things demonic rather than explore the possibilities of trauma?
Because it can affect their own household.
Ooh.
Embarrassment. When it's easy to label a demonic force because there are people who do have the authority, the power to cast out a demonic force out of someone, and then you don't have to talk about it anymore. You just see them display demonic activity and you cast it out. But when you deal with trauma, then you got to talk about it. Those deep things that also can hinder or come against your household. Ooh, yeah.
Right. And it's also easy because we were raised in the church to believe everything that we experience is of the devil or it's the devil's fault. So is it really the devil attacking you, or are you attracting the devil?
That's a good one. Oh,
But we are taught that, okay, it's this slogan that I think we use in church, if I can quote it right, where there's higher levels, there's more devils.
yes.
Why would you invite the devil to your level?
Come on.
Why?
I like
Gotta get
Why?
this hoodie, man.
I think I'm going to steal that on my Facebook Live.
Right. Why would we do that?
Yeah,
Why do
I
we
like that.
always invite the devil or the devils or a bad or negative entity in everything that God blesses us with? We open the door.
Yeah.
We open the door before you even go to the next level. Come on, devil, you going with me.
Uh-huh.
So we got to be careful what we say and how we say it. You know, the power is in the tongue. And whatever we speak, we can bring it to life.
Yes, you can.
Y'all, we are manifesting a lot of this devil stuff.
We are.
We manifest.
It's like boogeyman.
Yes.
We turned this demonic warfare into boogeyman.
Yes.
It's almost like, yeah, it's spooky stuff.
Yes.
So
yes.
I believe that's what it is. They're scared to touch the traumas.
So how are we going to help the community today when we need to learn better? We have to be the example. So let's stop speaking negative. Let's stop inviting the negative entities, Satan, whatever you want to call it. Stop inviting it to your party. Stop inviting it to your next level.
Yeah.
I'm learning for about a year not to even use the name.
Okay.
So
Help us out
that's
here.
what I'm doing. I'm learning not to use that name because I don't want it to be a part of me and I don't want it to be a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
But that goes back to the not thinking positive. We feel like for any way for us to have happiness, it always has to be happiness, sadness. It has to coincide. But that's what did the Bible say? That God wish above all.
That we prosper and be in good health, even as our soul prospers.
But that ain't what we teaching. That's not what we thinking. We think we got to suffer. We thinking that we have to be under the attack of the devil, Satan. Y'all, we manifesting a lot of this stuff. And we always see the same people in line for prayers, you know, Sunday after Sunday, because we're not teaching these people
How to deal with it. You know, I love when there's a saying, one of my therapists, because y'all know I go to therapy. I do. Oh, I do. But anyway, so one of my therapists say, we give too much light to the past, which should be dead. Why are we giving so much magnificent power to something that is dead? Mm-hmm. It's all about what you're thinking. So when we deal with the trauma on that good old couch there, y'all know that little brown leather couch we like to sit on. At that moment, you release it and you don't pick it back up.
Right.
Piggybacking about last week we did, I said something about the negative mindset. That if you think negative, you attract negative. And one of my favorite laws is a law of attraction. Mm-hmm. And it seems that they don't understand the power of the law of attraction. That whatever you attract has to manifest. So it seems that people need to go study the laws real quick and understand what the law of attraction and the law of correspondence and just understanding the laws, because I think we just have our operation going totally out of order.
It's out of order.
So y'all kept talking about the devil. So my question is, who blames the devil and where did we get this information from?
Well, I don't want to say anything, but I'm going to go ahead and go here. This the center, right?
Yes, it is.
It's a platform, a safe environment.
It's safe.
Safe environment. I would say all of this is westernized. We have been given this idea and this demonic force or all this demonic talk to keep us in a box, to keep us from thinking on a higher level, higher power. So we make God out of this boogeyman, and when you're westernized in this religious platform, that's how you keep people bound and keep following the way of man thinking instead of the higher power thinking of what he's given us. Because when you understand that you're made in his image and his likeness, there's nothing the enemy can do to you because you are above him. Above all things, I will that you prosper and be in good health even as your soul prospers. That starts in the mind. It ain't talking about money there. I'm going to leave that alone.
You got something to say on that?
With Icy talking there, you know what came to me? Mind games.
We.
We playing mind games. Not only with ourselves, but with other people. It's all about mind games.
It reminds me of the movie The Matrix, where, you know, when Morpheus met Neo, he said you either take the red pill, you can go back into the dream world, or you can take the blue pill and go to the real world. It seems that rather than giving them the blue pill, we're feeding them the red pill.
Yes.
Yes.
We want them to be stuck. It seems like we want people to stay in the Matrix, quote to say, because we don't want them to be free and know the truth.
No, we are teaching people to be stuck in trauma. But like Icy said earlier, it's time to wake up, get up, and move away from that. You got to move away from it. But we are teaching society, stay stuck in your trauma, because this is what God expects. You got to suffer. You have to suffer. This is a suffering way. No, it's not. That's not what God wants for us. He don't want us to suffer. He want us to be free. He want us to be happy. He want us to love. He want us to receive. He want abundance in our lives.
Yes.
But we are just so stuck on suffering, being stuck in your trauma, giving the devil power. He don't have power.
He don't have power.
He
He
don't.
feeds me. Yes.
So that's why our community is suffering. That's why. Because we're not teaching and showing them you can be free. You can be free. God wants us to be free.
We sing about freedom and I am free, praise the Lord, I'm free, no longer bound, but it seems people still bound.
Yeah, I agree. They're still at that bound spot. And here's why they're at that bound spot. Because they have not dealt with the trauma that's on the inside of them. And so you say, well, Coach Icy, Preacher Icy, whatever y'all want to call me, Facebook Live. But whatever it is that you're dealing with, you have to deal with that thing and get it out of you as soon as possible. You don't have to let it linger. Some people say, well, time heals all pain, but you govern the time. If you want to be free today, you make up in your mind that this thing will no longer bind me. This demonic force, this trauma, whatever it is, it will no longer keep me in a dark world, dark realm. I have the right to the tree of life. God has given us life, and we must live with thinking. So ever a man thinking in his heart, so shall he be. Whatever you think, that's who you are.
Right.
T.D. Jakes made a quote dealing with a sermon talking about traumas and triggers. And I just want to read this quote, and I want y'all to just tell me what you think. He said that many people handle trauma different and at times have difficult handling certain types of traumas. In this study, I learned that we have chronic traumas. That's a person who is exposed to multiple long-term distress events. We got acute trauma, something that was just a single event and they have never gotten over it. And then we have what we call a complex trauma, which is exposure to multiple traumatic events. But it was this quote that got to me. He said, some are so busy trying to manage the expression of trauma to show that we are tough that they did not get a chance to deal with the trauma. So therefore, they had unresolved trauma issues, but it never comes out until they're triggered. Why is it that people hold it in so long? Is it that we don't have a safe space to deal with our traumas or to talk about what we're dealing with? Or do we just deal, to be honest with you, or do we just say, just pray on it and move on?
That's so good. I know we say pray on it and move on, But one of the traumas, I'm going to just talk about myself really quick. One of the traumas that I used to suffer with was complex trauma. I was having traumatic issues back to back. I just go into detail. Everybody know I was robbed from the bank because I talked about that before. I witnessed a couple of murders in my face, things of that sort. So when I was going through a lot of therapeutic sessions, around the month that I was robbed, that's when I would notice my triggers. And this year, no, 2021 was the year I said no more. I released him from out of my soul. I forgave him, and that was my first time ever praying for the man who robbed me. And praying for his family and his mother's sanity. When I did that step, I immediately dropped and let go all of that unnecessary trauma that I held in me. So as it was when I witnessed a murder, and it was a senseless murder, I had to release him because that trauma was affecting my decisions in my everyday life, and I began to judge people. I began to judge people if I felt like that they looked like those gentlemen. I began to judge them, and I had a lot of fear and anxiety, and I had a lot of anger. And I think if I had a weapon, I probably would have did something. But glory be to God. No, I'm just playing, y'all. But for real. So when I released that, that's when I found myself walking in freedom with positive thinking and being able to respond at a mannerable pace without losing my mind.
You got anything?
Yes, I want to say when you began to speak that earlier, it came to me that your drama reflects your trauma.
Ooh,
Your drama reflects your trauma.
yes.
Yes,
You know.
yes. But to add on to that, even my trauma, I experienced some things from age 7 to 12, and even with that, I went through life with insecurities. I felt like I wasn't good enough. I felt like I was unlovable. I felt like I was ugly. Even though I reflect one thing, but on the inside, I felt another. But that was due to my trauma. But, I had to allow myself to heal from that. I did talk to counselors, and I even got spiritual help within the church. But one day I just had to realize that, if I continue to allow my trauma to dictate my life, I wouldn't be what God has ordained me to be. I couldn't walk in my destiny if I still held on to my past trauma. So I learned how to get over it. I learned how to forgive. I learned how to forgive myself. Mm-hmm. And for that, I'm walking in freedom.
Yeah.
I'm walking in freedom. So now I can reach back and help someone else and say, hey, I know you went through it. I know you experienced it. I know you felt like the devil, just on your tracks all your life. The devil has been attacking you. But sweetheart, sir, let's deal with the drama.
Yeah.
Let's just go back and deal with the drama. And I promise you, once you acknowledge what the trauma is, once you allow yourself to stop allowing the devil, stop inviting him into your home,
Okay.
Stop inviting him. You'll see better. Life will be more better. You'll heal. Because your drama,
It's connected to your trauma.
that's what it is.
Oh, tag team.
Listen, it's connected. Then I wanted to say another thing on there when she was saying forgiveness. I had to tell God I forgive him. I hope I ain't stepping on no toes. But I had to literally look at God in his face on the inside of me here. And I had to tell him, I forgive you. I forgive you. You offended me too. Because I had expectations that you did not meet.
All right. Wow.
And then I been made a new creature. All things are passed away. Behold, you are now made a new creature. At that moment, me and God became one. And it wasn't at the altar. I'm sorry.
So, BT, that's what it is. How we can help the community. Let's help ourselves first. Mm-hmm. We got to get healed first within the church in order for us to reach back and help the community. That's what's hindering. That's why you see all this going on in the world, in the community, because we first are not healing. Hurt people are trying to fix hurt people. We can't do that. We got to heal first. We got to heal first. And it's okay to acknowledge I'm hurt. It's okay to acknowledge I went through some stuff. It's okay.
It is okay.
It's okay.
You got anything to say about that being okay?
Yeah, it's okay to admit it. And then be free.
Be free.
Don't
from
keep
it.
admitting it and staying in it. Admit it, deal with it, get over it, and move motion. That's how you positive thinking. It's about motion. When you're stagnant in demonic warfare or trauma, and there is no movement,
Yes.
that's that lukewarm God is talking about that he'll spew you out because of you're not moving.
Say that.
He said, I'd rather you hot or cold. Either you deal in it, and if that trauma caused you to be off the chain, be off the chain. Or if that trauma caused you movement, move. But if that trauma caused you to be stagnant, you can't be used. Be used on some way,
Yes.
some area, but I'd rather you be used going forward.
Yes. And I can say demonic forces will attach itself to your trauma.
Come on.
It has to attach itself to something. And most likely, if you haven't healed from that trauma, that's what it's attaching itself to.
Absolutely.
It ain't going to attach itself to peace.
No.
It can't attach
Ooh.
itself to love. It can't attach itself to joy. So what else is it attaching itself to when it's attacking you?
The negative energy.
Negative energy.
Okay.
What else? It has to attach to something.
Okay. So with traumatic events, can traumatic events in a person's life result in demonic torment long after the incident has passed?
Yes. I'm sorry.
Yes. No, I thought you was going to say something about that. Of course. Of course. That thing will have you stuck. I like what Dr. Miles Monroe said. Like, he still lives on. I know his body is dead, but his spirit and his soul never dead. It never dies, right? But we ain't going to go there. But he said something. He said, I want to die empty. He said the grave is full of a lot of potential. The grave is full of a lot of desires and everything. Them people died with that because they were stuck in trauma. I want to die empty. If it's time for me to cross over, I don't want nothing left in me.
Exactly.
I want to be able to expel everything on this earth realm so another person can go to another level.
Yes, and I enjoy what T.D. Jakes said a couple of weeks ago. He said we are trying to cast the devil out of people. You know, we trying to have exorcism, trying to cast them out, and it ain't nothing but their trauma.
Yeah.
It's trauma.
Trauma.
You're trying to cast out traumas. You can't cast it out. It has to be worked out. It has to be dealt with.
Has to be. And a made up mind.
Yes.
Positive thinking.
Positive thinking.
Okay. Following with that question, it may sound the same, but people who trying to break it down so y'all can get that answer you need. Can trauma open the door for demonic interactions?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's the door.
That's the door.
That's the door.
The door?
That's the door.
That's the door.
That is the door.
That's the door. That's why it's not good to judge anyone. It's never good to judge anyone because you don't realize what that person went through. You don't know their journey. You don't know what they had to endure and the trauma that they're experiencing.
Yes.
So that's why it's not good to, only God knows what's going on in here.
Yes.
He sees and he knows all. So it's not good to judge.
Uh-huh.
So, as we're talking about this, I see that we're agreeing that there's belief in the demonic, there's the belief in trauma, but why is science denying all the written stories through the years?
I'm gonna let Icy handle.
Well, here's the thing. You have science who think they're smarter than the creator who made science. So science always want to try to prove a hypothesis. You know, it's an unproven thing, so they always want to try to see, can they discover something? So that's the reason why they're denying the written stories over the years until it happens to them or until they experience. I do a lot of studies and I YouTube a lot of scientists who didn't believe in higher power and things of that sort. And then they had an experience to cause them to believe. So sometimes you could just be overly wise when it's right there in front of you.
Want to follow up with anything?
I don't have anything to say about that. She said it all.
So we get to the end, so I just want to ask, because some people are hearing this and getting that information, and I'm telling y'all, write these notes down because this will help you. This is your key to freedom. Today, you start your journey to freedom. So, for somebody that's asking, when confronted with these issues, who do I seek help from? The church or the clinical profession?
You understand?
Both.
Both.
I'll say both.
Both. Both.
Both.
Both.
Easy answer. Both.
So what you're saying is you need the altar and the couch.
Yes.
Need the altar and the couch.
Right. Both of them. And it's okay.
It's
Lay on the
okay.
altar and
Lay
then
on
go,
the-
and they'll go run and lay
And
on the
then,
couch.
Lay on
and
the
go
couch.
get on the couch.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yes.
They
That's
go
what they
hand
get
in hand.
paid for. We don't know all the neutrons and electrons and all that goes on in our brain. And the preacher don't know because sometimes they don't even know how to pronunciate words in the pulpit right. So you got that doctor who done studied the brain
Right.
and they know how to teach you how to manipulate your brain until you can get to that next level.
Yes.
Listen to me. It is okay for brain manipulation. Manipulate your thinking until you can get to that positive place. And they don't teach that in the pulpit.
They don't.
But the doctors can't give us the spiritual things when you got a demon on their couch and they don't know how to cast it out. That's when you get a preacher or a priest. Come on in here. Work hand in hand.
Yeah. But I just want to say we have had a lot of people to die. And I'm saying pre-COVID. Because they trusted that, okay, the Bible says to go call on the elders of the church, that's what it says. However, you can go and get that spiritual prayer, encouragement, you can go and get that. You need that. You know, you need people to hold hands and agree in healing. But you got to go to the doctor.
Go to the doctor.
You got to go to the one that went to school, to the one that know exactly what needs to be done. You know, what organ needs to be replaced. You know, what possible medication you need to
Yes.
take. You know, we got to be wise with this thing. We have to be wise with it. So, you know, we have the church, which is the hospital. But we have the hospital.
Which they're skilled. And God gave us doctors.
But even with that, look how we have the church, the hospital. But it both represents healing.
Oh,
We have demonic spirit and we have trauma. It still represents bad, negative energy. So you have the positive, you know what I'm saying? It still connects. You have light and you have dark. We have to, we need a balance in life. That's what just dropped in me.
Yeah.
We have to have a balance.
have to.
You have to have a balance. You can't just be one way all the way because you're going to miss something. But you have to be balanced.
Yeah.
It has to be a balance.
And for example, I'm be honest with y'all. The reason we need the church and clinical professionals. And y'all know some of them mothers who wore them fur coats in 100-degree weather. Now y'all know there was something wrong. Now y'all know something was wrong with that. And y'all say, well, mother want to be covered so she won't seduce no man. No, mother going through a trauma. And we look past the trauma and we thinking mother trying to stay covered. No, mother go sit on the couch. Something happened.
Yes.
Because it's 100 degrees outside. Okay.
So we,
Yes.
so we towards that end right now, but before we leave, because guess what? We are not going to be done with this topic. We're going to come and hit these topics from time to time because you guys have asked for an answer. So we have people that can help you overcome what you're going through so you can be victorious in your life, being free. So I'm going to give each of you 30 seconds just to give them a nugget of something. What's on your heart to just give to them at this last moment? We'll start with you, Lady T.
I just want to let everyone know it's okay. Whatever you're dealing with, it's okay. But please acknowledge what's going on in your life, and get the help you need. Go to church, get the prayer you need. Talk to some of the saints. But also go to the doctor and get the help you need. We don't want to suffer any longer. We don't want to carry this to where we're bitter, we're angry, we're mistreating our children, we're mistreating our spouses because of trauma that we experience, whether in childhood or whether in adulthood. It's time to be free. It's time to be free.
Yes. And my nugget to you, that was good, Lady T. My nugget to you, your positive thinking starts with you. Make a decision today. Make a decision to live. You shall live and not die, and declare the works of the Lord. Declare the greater you. I am lives inside of you. Walk in I am. Don't worry about the frailties. Don't worry about the infirmities. Don't even worry about the past issues you had. Deal with it and be free. Live, my dear, live.
And remember, your drama reflects your trauma.
Yep. We love y'all. Thanks for having me, Sinner.
You're welcome. So just take these nuggets, learn from this so you can begin your life new. Say this, begin my life new. And as we end, just remember, you matter. Your thoughts matter. And guess what? That's how you start to heal. Catch you later.
See you later.
See you later.